If there is no dull and determined effort, there will be no brilliant achievement. I once tried standing up on my toes to see far out in the distance, but I found that I could see much further by climbing to a high place. I once tried thinking for an entire day, but I found it less valuable than one moment of study. The coming of honour or disgrace must be a reflection of one's inner power. The rigid cause themselves to be broken, the pliable cause themselves to be bound. You look upon the seasons with expectation and await them. Why not seize the seasonal opportunities and exploit them? Human nature is evil, and goodness is caused by intentional activity. If the quickness of the mind and the fluency of the tongue are too punctilious and sharp, moderate them in your activity and rest. Those whose character is mean and vicious will rouse others to animosity against them. Whether the gentleman is capable or not, he is loved all the same. Conversely, the petty man is loathed all the same. When a man sees something desirable, he must reflect on the fact that, with time, it could come to involve what is detestable. When he sees something that is beneficial, he should reflect that sooner or later, it too could come to involve harm. Mencius said that human nature is good. I disagree with that. When you concentrate on agriculture and industry, and are frugal in expenditures, heaven cannot impoverish your state. Thus, that one can find no place to walk through the breadth of the earth is not because the earth is not tranquil, but because the danger to every step of the traveller lies generally with words. If the impulse to daring and bravery is too fierce and violent, stay it with guidance and instruction. Now it is human nature to want to eat to one's fill when hungry, to want to warm up when cold, to want to rest when tired. These are all part of people's emotional nature. If knowledge and foresight are too penetrating and deep, unify them with ease and sincerity. Since the nature of people is bad, to become corrected they must be taught by teachers, and to be orderly they must acquire ritual and moral principle. Music is a fantastic peacekeeper of the world. It is integral to harmony. It is a requirement fundamental of human emotion. If the gentleman has ability, he is magnanimous, generous, tolerant, and straightforward, through which he opens the way to instruct others. If what the heart approves conforms to proper patterns, then even if one's desires are many, what harm would they be to good order? Sacrifice is a state of mind in which our thoughts turn with longing. It is the supreme expression of loyalty, love, and respect. There are successful scholars, public-spirited scholars, upright scholars, cautious scholars, and those who are merely petty men. A person should first be changed by a teacher's instructions and guided by principles of ritual. Only then can he observe the rules and courtesy of humility, obey the conventions and rules of society, and achieve order. Human nature is what heaven supplies. Men of all social stations live together. They are equal in their desires, yet vary in their methods. They are equal in their passions, yet different in their intelligence. That is their nature-given vitality. Not having heard something is not as good as having heard it. Having heard it is not as good as having seen it. Having seen it is not as good as knowing it. Knowing it is not as good as putting it into practice. One must remember equality, yet also be aware of difference. For if the people are allowed to act as it pleases them, without coming up against displeasure, if one gives rein to its desires without setting limits, it becomes confused and can no longer take delight in anything. The petty man is eager to make boasts, yet desires that others should believe in him. He enthusiastically engages in deception, yet wants others to have affection for him. He conducts himself like an animal, yet wants others to think well of him. Quarrelling over food and drink, having neither scruples nor shame, not knowing right from wrong, not trying to avoid death or injury, not fearful of greater strength or of greater numbers, greedily aware only of food and drink, such is the bravery of the dog and boar. They are done merely for ornament. The common people regard them as supernatural.